So I have made Sims 4 tier lists before, but it's been a while, and I thought it would be fun to rank all of the traits in The Sims 4. There wasn't a pre-existing tier list, so I had to make this one myself. I will link it down below, but this website kind of has a lot of sketchy ads, so I wouldn't visit it without an ad blocker, honestly. I tried to use another site, but you have to have a Twitter to log in, which I don't know if that's a good idea. Anyways, so here's my tier list that I made. I uploaded all of these little icons, although I didn't take these myself. I got them from the Sims wiki. This page was very helpful, all of the traits. I can also link that as well. But here are my tiers. We have great. This one was going to be good for storytelling, but didn't fit. So good for story, good for storytelling. Okay. Boring, and annoying, because some of them are indeed annoying. Yeah, they're mostly like pretty neutral, but I did think good for storytelling would be a good specific one to have because there are some traits that like are good to tell a specific story. So with that said, let's get started. First up, we have the art lover trait. I've definitely given this to my Sims before. It's not annoying, but it's like, it doesn't really accomplish anything. So according to the Sims wiki, these Sims gain powerful moodlets from viewing works of art and can admire art and discuss art in unique ways. If you need a trait to fill out, you know, all three for your Sims and they're artistic, I guess this one is fine. But I don't know, I think I'm gonna put it in boring. It just doesn't really add anything. Bookworm is kind of similar. It's basically the same thing, but for books. I don't know that I've ever like made good use of this. I feel like overall reading books doesn't have much of a point in The Sims. Like I love reading, but there's almost no point to read a book unless like your aspiration asks you to do it or it's a skill book. It's just, yeah, I'm gonna say it's also boring. Now, the animal enthusiast trait. This one came with cottage living, and this one is actually very great, and I'll tell you why. So when I first started playing with cottage living, I of course gave my Sims the animal enthusiast trait, why not? And you know, it was pretty easy to befriend the animals. I got to know lots of bunnies and the cows and the llamas and the chickens, all of that. And then I tried doing that without the animal enthusiast trait, and it was really hard. So I don't know if that's necessarily a positive for the trait or if it means that the mechanism without the trait is just too hard. If you're trying to like befriend the bunnies without animal enthusiast, good luck, because it like really, and I think it extends to the farm animals as well. So that's why I'd say it's great. It's very useful. If you're gonna be playing with those animals, I suggest getting this trait because it will be very annoying otherwise. Active, my first instinct is to put it in annoying, I'll be honest, because either they're like energized all the time or like they're annoyed because they haven't been active. And I don't find energized like a particularly useful emotion for them to be in. This one can be useful. It can be good for storytelling, but it's not like, it doesn't do that much. It's pretty similar to both of these. I might just put it in okay. Adventurous, does this trait do anything? According to the wiki, these Sims seek out new and unique experiences, and it comes with Snowy Escape, which with Snowy Escape, there are lifestyles, and there's literally one that's basically adventurous. So I don't really know if that's like particularly useful. Let's see, let's read a little bit more about the trait. Adventurous Sims do not panic when there's a fire and will immediately try to put it out. Okay, that's useful. They get bored when eating quick meals. They browse blogs for new adventures. Okay. Oh, and they also have a tolerance for all food in the Sims 4 Jungle Adventure. I guess that works. I'm gonna probably say okay for this one. It's not like groundbreaking, but it can be useful. I would like add it to fill out your Sims traits, but it's not gonna be my first choice probably. The problem with this is there's kind of a lot of traits that are just like meh. And like I know a lot of people want more than 3 traits, and that would be great, but we need to have better traits first because right now there's so many traits that just feel like filler and they don't do anything. I don't know. I mean, maybe if there were enough of them, if you could have like 5 traits and it was like, one is that they like dogs, one is that they like books, one is that they don't like cleaning. I don't know. I guess that could add up to be interesting, but as it is, like they just don't carry that much weight. So the next one is ambitious. I've definitely had this one before. I mean, they're more likely to do well in the job and get promoted faster, which can be useful. Wait, what? Ambitious Sims will autonomously mock Goofball Sims for goofball actions? That's just mean. Wait, what? I was gonna put this one in like okay because like I've used it and it's fine, but this is kind of boring. There's like not, it really doesn't do anything. I think I'm gonna put it in boring. It could be useful if you want your Sim to like get promoted more easily, I guess. This is just boring and also mean apparently because they mock Goofball Sims for no reason. That's weird. Good. This is one I end up using a lot. I don't know. I mean, the interesting thing about the good trait is like they automatically don't get along with like evil or bad Sims, but it's always hard to like tell who that is. Sometimes they'll get a moodlet like they're feeling bad because they interacted with an evil sim. It's like you don't even know who that is. Let me look at the wiki. I'm actually, you know, I feel like I'm actually learning some stuff I didn't know about these traits. Like I have a pretty good amount of experience with them, but there's always things I didn't realize was happening, you know? It is weird. It conflicts with the Kleptomaniac trait. So apparently you can't be good in a Kleptomaniac. That doesn't make sense to me. What if you're like Robin Hood and you're like stealing stuff for good, you know? They feel good if nearby sims are happy. They will refuse to woohoo in a coffin. This is so random. What? They'll refuse to woohoo in a coffin? Okay, they have a lower chance of doing mean or mischief actions autonomously. I wonder if that extends to like now when a lot of sims are doing way more mean and mischief interactions. I don't know. Like it's kind of boring. It's fine. I give a lot of sims this trait because it's just like, yeah, I guess they're good. Why not? Why wouldn't they be good? I think I might just put this one in okay. Loves cats one. Or cat, is it called cat lover? This one might be one of those that's like good for storytelling because like if you have a sim and you want to have them like have lots of cats, then you know, go ahead, give them the cat lover trait. Why not, right? They sometimes get a giddy interaction when they're near cats. Okay. They can enthuse about cats with other sims, which will always succeed with another cat lover. I do like that. I like how sims can like bond. I've had sims like bond over their love of dogs before. I do like that. Friendly introductions are more likely to succeed and gain extra relationship. That's just not a lot of things though. It doesn't seem to do much. Although it does say you can help by expanding the section, so maybe there's more that I don't know of. But yeah, I do feel like, man, there's a lot of these that are more mid-tier than I realized. It might be... This one might just be an okay. I promise there are some that are good for storytelling. I think they're just mostly not the first ones. Cheerful. I recently played with Cheerful, like a Cheerful sim, and I will say it is useful for them to autonomously be kind of happy, but it can be annoying if you're trying to get to a specific emotion. They can also, if they're feeling upset, like you can have them look on the bright side, which will like make them happier, which is interesting. Oh, that's cool. When they're happy, all other negative emotions and moodlets decay faster. I don't know. I think it's fine. It's like, it's not groundbreaking. I think it's also just okay. I don't know. I'm feeling this is very middle heavy. We'll see. Childish. Okay, I actually will say this one is good for storytelling. It like opens up a bunch of new interactions for adults that you wouldn't normally have, and I like that. I think there should be more traits like this that actually give you new interactions that aren't just like talking, you know, because it doesn't really make a difference usually, the talking. But with the childish trait, adults can like play with toys, and like it allows adult sims to play with toys, teddy bears, doll houses as if they're children. They also enjoy playing with children and watching the Kids Network and get positive moodlets from that. This is funny. They cannot go to grade school. I mean, yeah, okay. They get happy for 4 hours from hugging a stuffed animal. Oh, that's cute. They can have a relationship level with stuffed animals. Oh, that's good. That's nice to have for an adult. Yeah. I would say definitely good for storytelling. It's nice to have childish sims every now and then. I wonder how useful that would be for like if you're doing the 100 baby challenge or something. But yeah, I would say childish, good for storytelling. So Child of the Island, this one came with Island Living. I tried this out because I hadn't really done it much, and it doesn't seem to do much. You can like call on the island spirits and like talk to them, which is cool, but I don't really understand how you're supposed to impress them or what it does if you do impress them. The wiki unfortunately says it needs to be expanded, but I don't know that there is very much. Maybe I'm just missing something. But it says these sims experience a spiritual connection to the islands of Sulani, honor the islands by partaking in their culture, summon powerful elementals, and reap the rewards of their blessings or the consequences of their disfavor. But like I've done that and they had like disfavor or whatever, and like I was just like had a negative moodlet, like nothing really happened. So I don't know. I think I'm just gonna put this one in okay. If there's like more that you can do with it, let me know, but I don't know. I would be nice if it added more gameplay. Like I feel like it definitely should, but I didn't see very many unique interactions from this one. Child of the Ocean is a similar one, but it's sims with this trait will prefer water related activities and feel closer to the denizens of the sea. I feel like this one actually adds more gameplay type stuff. I feel like they'll prefer water-related activities such as swimming, scuba diving, snorkeling, and boating. They're also unable to drown. That's pretty cool. And they become sad when fishing and uncomfortable when eating fish. I imagine they'll also like be close with like dolphins and mermaids based on it saying they feel closer to denizens of the sea. I feel like this one could be good for storytelling. Like, especially if you have a mermaid or sim that's going to become a mermaid, that they want to live in like Sulani. I feel like this one could be useful. Clumsy, I actually really like this one. I think it's cool how like these sims, they laugh at their mistakes instead of getting upset. They do tend to trip and stuff, which is more like a little animation, But I don't know. I really like that they laugh at failure instead of getting upset. Let's see. Let's look at the attributes. They're less likely to trigger sad or angry emotions. They have a special playful moodlet, which actually that can be kind of dangerous. Autonomous playful moodlets are not like super great because you can become hysterical and die pretty easily. They're more likely to get electrocuted when repairing electronics. Okay. It can be annoying, but I think it is good for storytelling. So I'm going to put this one in good for storytelling. I think it can be fun to have a clumsy sim. Creative. Okay, I give a lot of sims this trait because like you'd think it'd be useful if you're doing any of the creative aspirations, right? The thing about all of these emotional traits is like it means the sim tends to get a certain moodlet to be in like a certain emotion, which can be really useful, but it can also be really annoying because that moodlet can override every other feeling. So for example, if you're trying to have your sim be a painter and they have the creative trait, if they're feeling inspired all the time, they can't make the like other emotional painting. So if you want them to be sad or angry or focused or whatever to make that type of painting, it's really hard to get them out of the inspired moodlet. Again, it can be very useful to have them in the inspired moodlet. I just wish it wasn't like all of the time. I'm not sure. I don't think this is at the level of like fully being in the annoying section. It can be really useful and it can also be annoying. So we'll just split the difference, go in the middle. Okay, the next one, this is the dance machine trait, and this is great. A lot of people don't realize that, but the dance machine trait, it came with Get Together, I believe, and it allows you to take disco naps, which will fill your sim up more than like a normal sleep, and it only takes the amount of time as a nap. So if you're doing like a rags to riches, or you just don't want to waste a ton of time sleeping, if you give your sim this trait, just have them disco nap and it'll fill up their sleep need completely with a fraction of the time. They don't even have to have a good bed for it. It's really great. It does, of course, give some other things as well. They gain happiness when entering a club and grow bored when they haven't danced for a long time. They also level up in the dancing skill faster. If you already have a sim that's into like partying or dancing, or if you just want to take advantage of the disco naps, I would say it's a pretty great trait. Dog lover, I think it's pretty much the same as cat lover, honestly. I mean, they can be fun, they can be useful if you want to have a sim that like loves animals, but it's not groundbreaking or anything. This one, erratic, I made a short video about like the history of this trait, so I will link it. But originally, this trait was called insane, and the icon was of a straitjacket. That trait was very, very bad. Not good. Very ableist, very like normalizing institutionalization, which is very harmful. As it is the erratic trait, it's kind of cool to have like some ways to be neurodivergent in the game. I don't think this necessarily does it well. Again, it was originally an insane trait with a straitjacket. It's not gonna just get rid of that baggage by renaming the trait and changing the icon. I mean, I'm glad they did that, but you know, there's still some ableism there. I don't know. Let's look what it says. What happens if you have an erratic sim? They may get random emotions. They'll randomly hiss and do random movements when idle. They can talk to themselves, which raises their social need. The thing, like all of these things, right, are things that represent various neurodivergences and like that real people actually do, but they are also all lumped together in this trait. It's clear that this did used to be the insane trait. They tend to be mean, which is just like, what? Yeah, okay, this part is very not good at all. Erratic sims from non-active households will commonly appear in parks dressed in predefined clothing, paint-splattered white tank top, gray pants, and black sneakers, and usually sleep on benches. I guess they thought the prevalence of mentally ill people being homeless was funny and chose to put that in the game. There's a lot of ableist assumptions here. But at the same time, if you're like neurodivergent, like if your emotions do fluctuate, if you stim and do random movements, if you talk to yourself, like that is cool to be able to play that in the game. But there's a lot of ableist assumptions in there. So I would say this is one where I'm like, if other like neurodivergent people want to use this to represent themselves, go for it. Like, I think that's great. This is a tool we can use, I guess. But there's a reason I don't usually give this trait to Sims, because I feel very iffy about it. There's a lot of ableist assumptions here. Good for storytelling? I mean, not really, because it's going to be an ableist story that the game tries to tell, right? I might just put it in annoying because the whole assumptions behind it is annoying. I might put evil and annoying too. I get that the point of it is for your sim to be evil, but I've been playing with an evil sim and it's so annoying. Like, he's like constantly destroying his kids' dollhouses. He's just like being mean to people. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just annoying for me. Like, obviously that's useful if you want to have a sim who's literally just evil to everyone, but it annoys me personally. Let's look at the wiki. They can laugh maniacally, discuss evil plans. Yeah, they don't get along with good sims. They get happy when they're near people who aren't having a good time. The smashing dollhouses, that is so annoying. Like, my sim would like constantly smash his kid's dollhouse. Like, can you not? Obviously, it could be good for storytelling. It's just annoying to me, personally. So I think I'm gonna put it in annoying. You know, your experience may vary, but for me. Next one is the family-oriented trait. I don't really like that this is like a baby bassinet, because like, it's not just about children. These sims become happy around family members, become sad if they don't interact with family for a period of time. Oh, when toddlers are in a bad mood, they can soothe and express love, which is more effective than comfort and calm down. That's cool, I guess. I'm gonna say family-oriented is probably just okay. I don't feel like it gives you enough tools to really tell a story, so I think it's just okay. Let's move on to Foodie. So Foodie sims, they get happy moodlets from high-quality food and drinks, but they get uncomfortable from lower quality stuff. They're more likely to spontaneously watch the cooking channel. I don't know, I found it kind of useful. Like, I do think, you know, if your sim is going to be a chef or whatever, it could be useful. I kind of want to make a new tier now, but I don't know if I even can. No, I'm not going to make a new tier. It's okay. It makes sense. Like, this distribution makes, actually, it's like an even distribution right now. It's fine. I think Foodie will say it's okay, but maybe like towards the top of okay. All right, Freegan. I do think Freegan honestly is like very good for storytelling. It's great for storytelling. These sims reject consumerism and prefer to reduce wasteful spending by any means. They enjoy finding reused or thrown away goods and foods, and they have better luck at finding the highest quality treasures in dumpsters. They may become tense or uncomfortable if they spend too much time earning or spending simoleons. So I don't know if I even need to explain why that's good for storytelling, but like, there's a lot there. They prefer to rummage in dumpsters. If you try to give them like a traditional job, they're gonna be upset. They'd rather reuse and remake stuff. They can like rummage in dumpsters for food. They can also get other NPC sims to lower their prices with bartering. This one's also fun, actually, this moodlet. They get embarrassed from cooking a meal without ingredients, so it like incentivizes you to actually use ingredients. Yeah, I don't know. This one is just, it's very good for storytelling. I personally have used it a lot, and I definitely like it. All right, up next is the Geek trait. I think I'm gonna say great, honestly. Not everyone might think this, but I love having geek sims. I think it's really fun. I guess it doesn't give as much of a like gameplay buff as these other two do, but I've just been enjoying giving it to my sims a lot. They tend to enjoy collecting stuff. They also like video games. They can talk about geeky stuff with other sims. They can discuss geek things. They have a more likelihood to find rare collectibles, and they become happy when reading sci-fi. And yeah, I don't know. It's a hobby trait. I like it. I think it's pretty good. Genius. Again, it's one of those emotion ones. Your sim is more likely to be focused if they have the genius trait. They have a chance of a eureka moment, which gives them a small amount of skill for a random skill they already have. I do like that. That's kind of fun. They can solve hard problems, which helps them build the logic skill. I feel like it's a little bit better than some of the other emotional traits. I might put this one also in good for storytelling. I think it can be fun to have a sim just like randomly have a eureka moment, or like, I don't know. I think it can work for characterizing a sim. All right, Gloomy. So this is another emotion trait. It will make your sim more likely to be sad. Let's see what else it comes with. Okay, they're more upset from breaking up. They're upset from paying bills. Fair. They're like more creative when they're sad, which is, I guess, whatever. That's kind of a trope. They get a skill boost when they're sad. They cannot be cheered up by the try to cheer up social. That's interesting. They get inspired from being near ghosts. I feel like that's also good for storytelling, more so than like creative or cheerful. I feel like those are more surface level, and the Gloomy one like actually adds more characterization. Glutton sims, so they tend to just eat more than other sims. I could definitely see how that could be good for storytelling. Glutton sims can eat out of the trash can. Honestly, I'd go for the Freegan sim, like the Freegan trait over Glutton. They have like a greater negative reaction to hunger. They eat almost anything. They have a different eating animation that looks more sloppy. Oh yeah, and they tend to autonomously eat even when like they don't necessarily need food. I don't know, it's fine. I think I'll just put it in okay. Wait, Oh, I mixed up the good and the bro trait. I totally did that. I'm like, wait, this is the good trait. I put the bro. Oh no. Okay, hold on. So the thumbs up is the good trait. This one with the 2 fingers, that's the bro trait, right? Listen, can you blame me? There's way too many traits that are just like fingers, right? Just like hands. Okay, I actually do really like the bro trait. I think it's really fun. I love to like give 2 queer Sims the bro trait and they can have like special interactions together. It's kind of fun. They gain confidence around other bros and become energized from watching sports. They receive the happy moodlet of hanging with bros. They can also bro hug and bro bump. I don't know. I just think it's fun. It's probably not good enough to go up to great, but I'll say good for storytelling. I like using that one. Okay, up next, I think this is Goofball. This is an emotional trait where these Sims tend to be playful. I'm probably going to put this one in annoying because, so I mentioned earlier, if your Sim is more likely to get the playful moodlet, that's dangerous because if you get too playful, they can die from being hysterical. And the thing about this is a lot of the other moods that you can die from are negative. So you'd need to have a lot of negative moodlets to stack to make you die from anger or to die from embarrassment or whatever. With playfulness, it stacks with happy moodlets. So like if you've just finished a successful holiday and your Sim's feeling happy and then they get the random playful buff, like they could just die and become hysterical and die. Like, it's not worth it. And the goofball Sims are more likely to autonomously like prank toilets. Or, oh yeah, what the other one is like replacing gifts with a prank gift. And those are so annoying. They do it way too often. This one is perfect for the annoying tier. I do not like this one. Green Fiend, this one like doesn't do much. And on the Sims wiki, there's not much here. And it could be that there's more attributes that like, you know, need to be added, but I don't remember any. These Sims are happiest when living on a green street and will continuously work towards making their environment more eco-friendly. Like, I don't think it does anything. If you want to use one of the traits from Eco Lifestyle, like 1,000 times, go for Freegan over this. This one's boring. I don't know. If you know of any other things it does, let me know, but like, I think that article's a stub for a reason. I don't think it really does anything. Hates children. I've never done this trait. Like, I've never given this trait to a Sim because I just feel bad about it. Like, what the kids ever do to you, you know? I don't know. Let's see. What does this trait come with? They become angry around children. They get tense after trying for a baby. They are tense when pregnant. They become tense around toddlers. They can crush the dreams of toddlers. Smash dollhouses. Happy when they fail a pregnancy test. Okay, I think they removed this. This is bad. This is asking a hates children Sim to try for baby has no chance of success unless the Sim is dazed. I think they changed that, but that's really bad. That's like assault levels of bad. Like that's, because you get the dazed moodlet from like drinking alcohol and stuff. I just feel like this trait is bad news. Like they get angry and they can like be mean to children and then also you can, like, trick them into having, like, what the heck? What? No. Sorry, I can see, I mean, maybe it could be good for some storytelling. I'm putting it annoying, but it's not even annoying. It's just like, this is a bad trait. I don't know that this needs to be a trait, but if it does, they have not implemented this well. This one, I think this one's high maintenance. This is like a new one that came with the spa day refresh. It lives up to the name. These Sims really are high maintenance. Honestly, they seem kind of annoying to play with. I can see how it could be fun to like, you know, it actually makes it a challenge to take care of your Sim, but genuinely, I think it is really annoying. They get just like random tense and uncomfortable and angry moodlets. They get a +5 angry moodlet for worst day ever, irrational hatred for the sun, butthurt uncomfortable moodlet from sitting somewhere. They get uncomfortable after using a face mask. I guess it adds more gameplay to like try to meet their needs, but that's all you're gonna be doing. I don't know. I feel like this one's definitely in the annoying category. I don't have that many in great, do I? I almost, like, you've heard me talk about the Freegan trait. I really like it. It's definitely good for storytelling, but I might move it up to great because I do really like it. Hot-headed. I feel like this is another annoying one, honestly. They just like randomly get angry. It can work for storytelling. It's mostly annoying. They randomly get feeling angry moodlet. They can use the rile up action. They smash why does everyone smash dollhouses? That is so annoying. They tend to get an angry moodlet when they pay the bills. Fair. I might just put in boring, honestly. It's like, it's annoying, but it's not that annoying. Insider. Okay, this is one that is annoying. It doesn't like add anything and your Sim just like constantly is bored from not being in a club meeting and it's like, you're in a club meeting, like 2 days ago. Yeah, they just don't have that. You get a +1 happy moodlet from being in a group of 3 or more. Wow. It would just be boring except for constantly getting a like sad moodlet or tense or whatever from not being in a club meeting. Jealous. Ooh, that's a hard one. It's definitely annoying. It could be good for storytelling, I guess. They get jealous easily. They get tense when they haven't seen their loved one recently. They can get uncomfortable, jealous pangs moodlet when their loved one is chatting with someone other than a relative. These Sims are toxic, man. At least they can talk it out and share insecurities and stuff, but I just put this in boring. I personally find it kind of annoying. I am personally not a fan, but I could see why someone might get something out of it. Kleptomaniac, I like the idea. The amount of time you have to wait between stealing stuff, and then like you have to level up in the mischief skill, you have to not have anyone around to see you, and you have to wait like multiple hours between each time you steal stuff. It's just really annoying. Like I like the idea. It could be good for storytelling. It's just kind of not because it takes so long and there's so much you have to do. I end up not using it. I'm gonna just say it's like, okay. Lactose Intolerant. I feel like this one is a prime candidate for boring. It could be fun. I mean, I'm lactose intolerant, but like also the main things are like your sim farting and like wondering if it's worth it about eating stuff with dairy. Like, I mean, it's realistic, I guess, but there's probably better uses for your traits than lactose intolerant. Lazy. There's actually quite a few interactions for this. Let's go look at them. They gain powerful moodlets from watching TV or napping. They become more fatigued more quickly from exercise and grow tense when performing household chores. They can also nap in like chairs. They can nap lazily instead of nap on couches. I don't know if that actually does anything. When a vampire tries to command a lazy sim to clean up, it will always fail. That's fun. Oh, and they also leave clothes piles on the ground even if there's a hamper. That's also fun. I like when they add new aspects for like new packs. I think it's fine. It's like, you know, it's not groundbreaking, but it works. I think it's just okay. The loner trait. Personally, okay, this is totally a personal thing. I love the loner trait because you don't have to worry about your Sims' social needs that much, and a lot of times I like to just have them, like, be alone. They become happy when alone, do not receive negative moodlets when their social need is low. They become tense around strangers and become embarrassed more often by social rejection. Yeah, I feel like this one should be in good for storytelling, even though personally, like, for me, it's probably in great because I just like it's annoying to me having to keep up with my Sims' social need, probably because I'm a loner. But yeah, it's good for storytelling at least. Loves the outdoors. This is another one I like to use a lot. I'm tempted to put it in great, even though like there's literally like not a good reason to. But I like it. They can't even do that much, but they just like being outdoors. They get happy when they're outdoors. They get sad when they're indoors. They can talk about outdoor stuff. Like it's not that good of a trait. I'll put it at the top of okay. I personally like it and give it to a lot of Sims, especially like if you're going to be doing a rags to riches type thing where they don't have a house, or if you're going to be outside a lot. It's nice because they're just like happy all the time. But yeah, it's okay. It's not that great of a trait, admittedly. Loyal is a new one. They just introduced this one. I was like playing around with it. You can, after like you cheat on a sim, like you can like admit to them or whatever, and then like that you feel bad and like I don't know. It's okay. It's interesting. I like that they're adding new traits. I can see it being good for storytelling, honestly. Like if you want Sims to actually have big reactions to something like cheating, this one might be a good one. Honestly, I might recommend it over jealousy because the jealousy one just gets annoying because they're like jealous all the time. At least with the loyal trait, it's like there's usually a reason for it. It seems like they're also loyal for like work. And they're loyal to like their friendships. I haven't really seen how that works with the work relationships, or like I guess it's maybe if they quit a job they feel bad. I don't know. I think it's useful. I'm gonna call this one good for storytelling. The maker trait. I don't know that this one does a lot. Like, I think I've played with it before, but I can't recall, like, I don't know, let's look. Yeah, it does say that this attributes does need to be expanded, but it says they're happy when making things, sad when it's too long since completing a project on the fabricator, candle making station, juice fizzer, or woodworking table. They don't receive negative effects from crafting or repair failures. That actually seems useful. I feel like that's the most useful part of this trait. I was gonna put it in boring, but I think with the fact you don't receive negative effects for crafting or repair failures, that's hard to say, but I think that puts it up into okay. Materialistic, it's kind of annoying because they keep like yelling at you, like they get upset when they haven't bought a new thing and admired it recently, but it is good for storytelling. They can admire new stuff. They complain about their belongings. They admire and brag about possessions. I was gonna say it's okay. It doesn't have enough stuff to be good for storytelling, I think. The mean trait, I feel like this one is also annoying. Like, I just don't like it when the Sims are autonomously mean. I mean, it makes sense for a lot of storylines. I just don't like it personally. I don't know. Let's see. Also, the dollhouse thing. They do the dollhouse thing again, which is annoying. They're happy when being mean or mischievous to other Sims. They'll be disgusted at pets when they nuzzle. That is mean. I just don't like being mean, honestly. They autonomously laugh at other Sims' misfortune. They're more likely to kick over trash cans autonomously. That is also annoying. You know what? I might also put this one into annoying for the dollhouse and kicking over trash can things. That stuff, I hate. I wish, like, I get that they're trying to make them do stuff autonomously, but those are so annoying how often they happen. Some people, I'm sure, like having these mean traits in their game. For me, not really. All right, music lover is another hobby trait. It's like fine. I feel like I like this one better than like the book or the art one. So they gain powerful moodlets and boost their fun need when listening to music, become happy when playing instruments. They can listen deeply in stereos. I think it can be useful. Like if you want to have a musician sim, I do like it. I'm tempted to put it at good for storytelling, but I think maybe it's just okay. Maybe it's top of okay. Neat is use. I'm wishing I had a useful category. It is nice having other Sims who are neat around because they'll just like autonomously clean stuff. I do like that. They do have fun when cleaning, which is useful to have. They can go into a cleaning frenzy. I don't know. It can be useful. I'm gonna say it's okay. I'm less likely to give the clean moodlet to like one of my Sims I'm actively playing with, but more likely to like enjoy having neat Sims around because they just autonomously clean stuff and that's nice. So I think it's like top of okay. Noncommittal. I feel like this one is good for storytelling. I've used it for storytelling before and like just having Sims like they can talk about their fear of commitment. They can like, I don't know. I found it kind of like good for storytelling. I would probably be more likely to use this for storytelling than like the jealous trait. They become a little bit happy when they break off a relationship. They become tense in the same job or relationship after a while. They become happy when they quit a job, take longer to propose, and can discuss their fear of commitment. I don't really know what that means, take longer to propose. Like maybe do they have to have a higher relationship before they can have the option to propose? I don't know. They also might reject Sims who propose to them, which again could be fun for storytelling. Yeah, I think this one is good for storytelling. All right, next, these are from the high school pack, so I haven't had much time to try them out. This first one is Overachiever. They have 4 arms for lots of different stuff. Let's see, what can they do? They tend to raise skills faster, are happy when they finish work tasks, but are a little harder to get along with as friends. They build their skills twice as fast. Whoa, wait a minute. All right, that's, if I had a useful tier, that would be going up there. But they do have difficulty with building relationships. They can get a rival moodlet when socializing with other overachieving Sims. That's fun. They can humble brag. Okay. I feel like this one is good for storytelling. I'm actually interested to try that out. Party animal. What does that one do? There's not a lot here. They tend to enjoy parties and letting every other Sim know by hyping up a crowd and performing party tricks. Okay, I don't know a lot about this. You'll have to let me know in the comments, like, what can you do with the party animal trait, because there's not much here, and I don't have personal experience, so I'm just gonna put it in okay for now, because I have no idea. Outgoing. It's okay. I mean, you know, it's always nice to be able to build, like, relationships with people easier, because then, you know, you can just do it more quickly. They gain powerful moodlets from friendly socialization. Their social need decays quickly. It doesn't even say anything about them, like, building friendly relationships more quickly. I thought they did, but maybe they don't. In that case, it might just be kind of annoying. I didn't know there was a Sims 3 for Nintendo DS. Okay. I don't know. I feel like, I'm gonna say boring, honestly. It doesn't even do very much. It just makes them get lonely more quickly. Like, okay. Paranoid. I haven't played with this one that much. I did test it out though. So in the like description of the paranoid trait, it says that paranoid Sims feel a sense of security while hanging out in basements. And I did test this, and it's true. Like if you take your Sim down to an underground area, they feel like happier. And I just think that's kind of fun. That's kind of relatable to just like hide away in a basement. They feel that danger is around every corner and that people are always talking about them. It comes with Strangerville. They can change passwords on computers. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. They gain a scared moodlet around Sims whispering. When do Sims whisper? They can accuse others of spying. I think this one I would say this is good for storytelling. It's kind of fun. It doesn't add a ton, but it can be good. Perfectionist. I might put this in annoying also because they take a lot longer to finish creative stuff. And also they'll like scrap it. Like if they don't like it, they'll just like get rid of it and then have to start over, and it's kind of annoying. Stuff they finish can be higher quality, but yeah, they may choose to autonomously repeat some crafting actions numerous times. That's really annoying. It could be useful, but it mostly is annoying for me. Proper, I don't know. Does that have a lot with it? Let me look. They tend to disapprove of other Sims' improper behavior, such as mean or mischievous socials, find themselves happier in formal outfits, and have an easier time with friendly and romantic socials. They'll bow when they greet other Sims, and they'll do respectful introduction. Oh yeah, and they have more respectful romantic interactions, like attempt to swoon, court, propose scandalous question. I feel like if you're doing like an old-timey thing, like that could be fun. They refuse to use a hot spring until they've bathed or showered first. That's very respectful. They aren't able to fight. Interesting. And they get angry when witnessing inappropriate behavior. Doesn't add a ton, but I could see it. I think it could be good for storytelling. Recycle disciple. That is another annoying one. Oh my gosh. So like, I can see how it'd be fun, but these Sims will autonomously recycle stuff from around your house if you don't like have them recycle often enough. It can be a fun challenge, but like it can also be very annoying, and like sometimes you don't even know a Sim has that trait, and all of a sudden a beloved family heirloom is gone and you cannot get it back. So they can take like one of a kind things that you can't get again and just like recycle it, and it just disappears. So no, that's definitely annoying. Romantic, I think it's just okay. It could be useful, like if you want your Sims to be able to do a lot of romance, for them to like autonomously be flirty. That's nice, but it doesn't add like a ton. All right, this is another high school years one. This is social anxiety. Based on the videos I've seen, I'm also going to put this one in annoying. It seems to make tasks like way harder than they should be. Like I could see how it could be useful, but it just seems like frustrating. Oh, it's not social anxiety. It's socially awkward. Sorry. It's socially awkward actually. They tend to struggle in social situations, but they do gain powerful moodlets and sentiments when they're able to overcome their awkwardness. But I don't know. It just seems annoying, honestly. Self-absorbed. I have used that for storytelling. I might say it's good for storytelling. This one is from Get Famous. They're all about themselves. They can fish for compliments, are more excited when receiving a present, may become tense when they haven't gotten enough attention. They like getting gifts. They'll become very angry if other Sims forget to celebrate their birthday. Okay. I don't know. I'll say good for storytelling. I think you can definitely get some storytelling out of that. This one, the self-assured trait, it just like makes you more confident, which is useful. I'll put it like at the top of okay. It can be nice to have. Like there's not usually a downside to your Sim being confident. So, and then we have Slob. Slobs aren't negatively affected by dirty surroundings, and I think they tend to make their surroundings dirty quicker. They aren't affected by a dirty house. They'll never flush the toilet after use. Ew. They'll pee in the shower, which that's useful actually, to raise both hygiene and bladder needs. They can mock neat Sims for cleaning things. I think this one's just okay. It's fine. It could be useful for storytelling, but it's just kind of like, whatever. Snob. Went from slob to snob. Let's see. This is one where like, some of the lifestyle traits are more fun when your Sim is around other Sims that share the trait. So this is one of those. They'll get the snobbily surrounded moodlet when they're in social with other Sims with the snob trait. They don't like low quality things. They can critique work. They only like the news channel. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. It could be good for storytelling. I feel like, I don't know. Is it boring? I might put cheerful down to boring actually and do snob and okay. Squeamish, that one is also annoying because the like Sims won't clean, or like if you try to get them to garden, they feel upset. They don't like using the dumpsters. They don't like being around wet things. I mean, it could be useful for storytelling, but it mostly is just annoying for me. Yeah, they don't like cleaning or mopping. They don't like picking up insects, fishing. I'm pretty sure they don't like gardening either, which seems weird. Unflirty. I like that this exists because I use it as like an aromantic trait, but it's not a very good aromantic trait. It seems more like it's making fun of the Sims who are unflirty because they're like bad at flirting with people, less than that like they don't like romance, you know? They have renamed romantic actions that are less effective than the normal counterparts. Feudal flirt, crudely compliment appearance, ask completely inappropriate question over and over again. Yeah, it just feels like it's making fun of the Sims. Okay, so there's like reluctantly hold hands. So it's like, do they not like it or are they bad at it? Why is the game conflating not liking romance with like being bad at romance, you know? Maybe I'll put it in boring, even though it's not like boring. It's just, I don't like the conflating of not liking romance with being like inept at romance or whatever. I like to use it to make my Sims like aromantic, but it's not very effective for that. So vegetarian, I think I'm just gonna put that in okay. It's cool that your Sim can be vegetarian, but they will autonomously eat meat even though they're not supposed to. It's like, you know, it can be a fun little challenge to like try to get them to be vegetarian. So in my recent video, I examined if you can be vegan in The Sims 4. So if you want to hear more of my thoughts on the vegetarian trait, go check out that video, because there is not a vegan trait, but I did combine the lactose intolerant and vegetarian trait to try to like be vegan. But yeah, I think it's just okay. Honestly, this is a bit unbalanced, but I think it's true for the most part. There aren't that many traits that are great. Most of them are just kind of okay. These are good for storytelling. There's a lot of traits that are annoying, unfortunately. Yeah, I think I pretty much stand by this. Like I said, I will link this tier list if you want to go rank the traits yourself. Let me know in the comments what you think. Which traits are the best ones for you? Which ones are good for storytelling? Which ones are annoying in your gameplay? And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can let me know by leaving a like. You can subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.